Welcome, everybody, and thank you for joining us for the Becoming a Firm of the Future webinar series with me, Michelle Long. This is part 4 of our series where we're going to be talking about getting connected. I really appreciate you all joining us for to this webinar today. Again, my name is Michelle Long. I am a CPA and the owner of Long for Success, located in Kansas City, Missouri. I'm thrilled to say that I am an international speaker and trainer for Intuit. I first started teaching QuickBooks Desktop back in 1999 and became a trainer for Intuit in the year 2007, and I just really love helping accountants and bookkeepers literally around the world learn more about QuickBooks. I'm also the author of several different books that you can find available on Amazon, including the QuickBooks practice sets, as well as how to start a home-based bookkeeping business, which might be something you might want to check into. Co-host of the QB Power Hour free webinar series every other Thursday. Love to have you join us for that. And the Accounting VCon, a virtual conference that Sandy Smith-Leva and I do coming up in May. So that's enough about me. Let's just review the webinar series that we've been doing over the past couple of months. Part 1, we talked about get on the cloud and where to start. We talked about how to get moving into QuickBooks Online and everything, and how to convert and move from desktop to QuickBooks Online. So all of the first ones that we've done have been recorded, and you can listen to those again if you missed them. In Part 2, we talked about getting on the cloud and streamlining the workflows. We talked about some things in QuickBooks Online that really allow you to automate some of the processes to reduce and eliminate most of the data entry that you're doing to where you're managing the data and you're automating things like emailing of the invoices and automating reports to be automatically emailed and things like that. So that was Part 2. And the last one we did in December was Part 3. We talked about becoming a trusted advisor, ways that you could add value for your clients, including joining the ProAdvisor program, as well as how to switch and start implementing value pricing for your clients. All 3 of those have been recorded. You can listen to those if you go to firmofthefuture.com. Scroll down a little bit on that home page and you'll see the links where you can go listen to those previous ones if you missed them. Today we're talking about get connected with some tips and tools for managing social media, and this one will be recorded as well and available for you to listen to later in case you missed parts of it. Now, this is eligible for CPE. There is 1 hour of CPE for this webinar. Now, I know the webinar today is scheduled for an hour and a half. The reason for that is so that we've got plenty of time for your questions, because we want to help give you tips and tricks, and I really want to help you to get practical information. How do you start doing some of this stuff? And so I did want to allow time for questions. So we will have the CPE keyword will be provided during this 1 hour, the first hour. I will have that CPE keyword. You need to write it down, and then we will have you answer that poll question with the CPE keyword at the end of the webinar, and that's how you qualify for CPE credit. The certificates then will be emailed to you, but you need to allow 3 weeks for those email certificates to get to you, and then you keep a copy for your records. And I see questions again about where do I get the recordings. If you go to firmofthefuture.com, firmofthefuture.com, you can watch the first 3 sessions. You can click to listen and watch those first 3 sessions. You cannot get CPE for the sessions that you missed. You have to attend live to get CPE. If you need more free CPE, you can go to Accountants University. That's where you have additional resources. If you go to QuickBooks.com and under the Accountants tab, click on Accountant Learn and Support, and under Accountant University, there you'll find lots of webinars, and there's webinars going on throughout the month, and you can get free CPE for those webinars. Also, if you'd like to join me, like I mentioned, for QB Power Hour, those webinars are eligible for free CPE as well. And again, there's that Firm of the Future website where you can watch the previous 3 sessions that we did on this. And you don't have to have attended any of those for what we're covering today. So don't worry if you missed those. You're still going to get lots of great information from this today. All right. So what we are going to be talking about today is we're going to be talking first about your ProAdvisor profile. Hopefully you guys have all joined the ProAdvisor program and you're getting certified. We've talked about that in some of the previous webinars, how important it is to get certified. Now today I'm going to help you talk about how you can kind of maximize your ProAdvisor profile to help you get more clients and get more leads from that ProAdvisor profile. Then we're going to talk about getting into some general information for building your online community, on getting connected, how to set up some social media profiles, how to start connecting and who to start connecting with, talk about some tools and tips to help you manage social media efficiently so it's not taking up lots of your time. I'll show you some ways that you can start sharing content from other people or ways that you might want to begin creating content on your own. So hopefully I'll have lots of good practical information for you throughout this webinar today. So first of all, let's talk about that ProAdvisor profile. If you have not joined the ProAdvisor program yet, we've talked about this previously, it's free to get the ProAdvisor program and certification for QuickBooks Online. So if you just go back to that QuickBooks.com and click on Accountants, you'll see the second one there says the QuickBooks ProAdvisor program. Click on that. So go to QuickBooks.com under the Accountants menu, click on the ProAdvisor program and sign up for the free ProAdvisor program with QuickBooks Online. Then you can get certified in QuickBooks Online. Once you are certified, and if you want to join the other ProAdvisor programs to get certified in QuickBooks Desktop, QuickBooks Enterprise, the more certifications help you. But the easiest way to get started is just to get certified with one. And once you get certified, then you will be listed on the ProAdvisor website, the Find a ProAdvisor website. That website gets over 700,000 hits per year from people who are looking for a ProAdvisor to help them with their QuickBooks or their accounting or whatever they may need. So what we want to do is you want to help improve your ranking on the Find a ProAdvisor website. So there's some things that you can do to help your ranking out there. The first thing that you can do is get advanced certified. Once you are advanced certified in either QuickBooks Desktop or QuickBooks Online, that weighs more. There's this whole algorithm that how they calculate the search results, and there's certain things that weigh more than other things, and advanced certification weighs a lot. So the advanced certified ProAdvisors will show up towards the top of the search results, which just like with Google, you want to be on the first page, right? You want to be on the first page out here on the Find a ProAdvisor website as well. Another thing that will help is having more certifications. See over here, and I got a copy of my profile here for you, but see over here how you can see I'm certified in QuickBooks Online. I'm actually advanced certified in both the desktop and online, but I also have QuickBooks Desktop certification, Enterprise, and Point of Sale. Now, I quit renewing my Point of Sale certification because I don't really work with clients in Point of Sale anymore. But just having other certifications will help in your ranking on the search results. The other thing that helps is you need to have a picture out there. There's a few people, it used to be a little silhouette. If you didn't upload a picture, it was just a little silhouette. Now it's just your initials. But the statistics, Intuit has done research and studies, and the statistics prove more people click on a profile if there's a picture there than if there's not a picture. So you will get more clicks on your profile if you've got your picture out there. The other thing that will help in your ranking is getting reviews. You'll see here how you can have reviews right underneath your name. And you know, this is something that's one of the things that we kind of forget. You know, people will say, well, how do I get reviews? How do I get reviews? You need to ask for them. Just ask your clients for them. When you finish something for them and they say, oh my gosh, thank you, I appreciate that so much, you'd be like, you know what, would you like to write a review for me? And they'll be like, oh my gosh, I wouldn't know what to say. Well, how about if I help you and I just type up what you just said to me and I can help you post it out there. So you can help your clients to do that, but you've got to ask for those reviews. Just like everybody looks, you know, like on Amazon and eBay, everybody's looking for reviews and ratings, and they're looking for those peer comments. Having reviews will help yourself in the search results. It also helps when people are looking and deciding who to click on and who to contact. So you'll want to go through and make sure that you're asking for reviews. And then don't forget to make it public. you need to make your profile public now, and this is different than it used to be. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and toggle into QuickBooks here, and I want to show you, and this is how we log into our ProAdvisor portal now. You don't, in the past, we had to go to proadvisor.intuit.com and go log in over there, and that's still available right now, but I think they're phasing that out. Now what you do when you log into QuickBooks Online, and I'm logged in through QBOA, which you should have a QuickBooks Online accountant account, you'll see on the left navigation bar over here where it says ProAdvisor. This is where you have your certification information, and then the second tab is your profile information. See the second tab where it says profile? You need to make sure you click this button right here where it says public. You want to turn it on and make it public. That's what posts it out there for everybody to see when they search at findaproadvisor.com. You also want to make sure you have a complete profile. So put in the about you, the contact, your email address. This about your practice we're going to talk about in just a few minutes. Make sure you fill out your titles and then what services that you provide. You know, indicating, and this is where you go through, and these are checklists. Like if I click to edit this, you'll see I can check what things apply to me. Or you could type in a few words here. Do you support computer consulting with, you know, network support, hardware and software sales? Going through on each one of these, you can type in individual information if you want to. Go through though and check these things off. And the reason that you want to do that is because sometimes clients are looking for specific help in specific areas. So check off all the ones that apply to you. Now, I don't know if you noticed, but I did not check anything under taxes because I don't do taxes anymore, and I don't want to do taxes, so I don't want anybody contacting me about taxes. But come out here and fill out your profile and make sure you check this little box to make it public. Right here, make that public. Now, let's talk about how to have a compelling profile. One of the things that you need to remember is features tell, but benefits sell. Features tell what you do. We provide bookkeeping, payroll, and taxes. Yeah, you're an accountant or a bookkeeper, they know that. You know, it's kind of like, yeah, everybody on the Find a ProAdvisor website is kind of providing similar services. So we don't want to just talk about the services that we provide. We want to focus on the benefits that we provide. Focus on the client's needs. We don't want to talk about I. We want to focus on, do you need help with QuickBooks? Do you need help getting the most out of QuickBooks? Do you need help making sure payroll is paid on time? So we want to focus on the benefits, and we also want to focus on our client and their needs. And again, make sure you're filling out all the products and the industries that you support and those other details. Now, let's look at a few of these profiles to give you some ideas. Now, these are some that I just, copy and pasted just to give you ideas. I did not put any names associated with them or anything, but here's a few examples. See this one? They're talking about their features. What are the services that we provide? And they're listing all of their services here of the things that they do. Here, again, they're talking about their services that they're providing. AP and AR and bookkeeping. Well, yeah, most of us are doing that. That's why it's out there. And then over here, it's all, it's talking about I do this, and again, all of their services that they provide. And again, this is, I have experience in these industries. I have this, I have that. Well, you've got some of that already in there when you complete your profile. You're talking about the industries that you support and the products that you support and all that stuff. We don't want to just be doing I, in my opinion. Now, this is my opinion. Take it or leave it. I'm just trying to give you some ideas. Here's some things that I think maybe would be better. Is where I love the first few sentences that this person has here. Do you understand your business inside and out, but the numbers make you crazy? Do you spend too much time trying to get financials ready for your tax preparer or the banker? Do you know which products are really profitable? I love that because you're talking to the client and the client's saying, yes, they understand what I need. Yes, this person gets what I need. So you're talking to the client and you're connecting with what they need, with their benefits that they need for them. Because the clients are hiring us to meet a need, to help them to save time, to save money, so they don't have to worry about payroll, various things like that. So we want to focus on some of those benefits and just try to speak to the client. Here's another one that I thought was kind of good. You know, experience, integrity, knowledge. Allow us to use these qualities to create an efficient system of data organization and workflow. Troubleshoot your current systems. Relieve you of accounting tasks so you can focus on your business. We're talking about you, not I. So think about that from the client perspective. What would you want to see if you're looking for help? Okay, so what's going to be speaking to the client? And I think talking about you more than talking about I this and I that, you know, I think that kind of will help get them to connect with you, to get them to click and contact you. And here was an example of another one. You know, whether you're new or a longtime user, we can help you with this or that. So I just wanted to give you some ideas on your profile, tips that you can do to enhance your profile and move you up in the rankings out there. But the first thing you got to do, if you're not certified already, you need to get certified, okay? So make sure that you get in there and get certified, all right? Okay, now let's talk about some of the social media stuff out there, and I see Woody's answering lots of questions, so thank you very much, Woody. I appreciate that. Okay, now let's talk about getting connected and building relationships and growing your practice. And when we talk about, you know, and this is one of the pillars that Intuit has identified for becoming a firm of the future, the becoming a firm of the future deals with getting online, become a trusted advisor, and now we're talking about getting connected. That's one of the pillars for a firm of the future. We want to build relationships, and most of us think about, oh, we just need to get connected and try to get new clients. But we need to build lots of relationships to have a successful business. We need to build relationships not just with current clients and potential clients, but with referral sources, with other attorneys, with bankers, with insurance agents or real estate agents, other small business owners, or you know, all kinds of people that could refer potential clients to us as well. We need to build relationships with them. We also need to build relationships to build a team with either employees or subcontractors to help us meet the needs of our clients. You know, I work with various ProAdvisors, you know, across the U.S. I mentioned I don't do taxes. I've always had people who may do the taxes for me. I'm not a specialist when it comes to point of sale, but I know people who are a specialist with point of sale. So you build a team, you've got to have these relationships, and it may not be that you're hiring employees. Maybe you've got relationships with other ProAdvisors where you're pulling them in as needed on potential jobs and stuff. So you need to network with your peers as well, because they can be a great source of referrals and help you meet the needs of your clients. And then you may have some advisors that you work with, people that help advise you on growing your practice and things like that. So we're building relationships with lots of different people, and it's not just the clients that we have to worry about, but we got to worry about all of these people and build relationships with them. And that's where you can do a lot of this through social media. So it's where our real life is combining with social media now, and these things have become blended, and I really think you need to do both of those. The other thing that we want to do through social media and connecting with people is to help drive traffic to our website. So there's various things that you can do out there. You know, I've got a lot of them on here, whether you're blogging, you're using LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Google+, Instagram, Pinterest, there's all kinds of them out there. There's hundreds of different things out there. But the goal with all of that is also not just connecting with people, but also to drive traffic back to your website to help them learn more about you for building those relationships and getting referrals and getting new clients and things like that. So just keep that in mind, that as we're doing lots of these things will be feeding into your website. So one of the first things you need to do is some of you are at various stages in getting started in social media. So some of this you may have already done, some of this you may need to do, or some of this you may find ways to improve it. But one of the first things you want to do is go in there and set up your social media profiles. One of the ones that's the best for business-to-business networking and connecting is LinkedIn. And we talk about B2B and B2C, business-to-business versus business-to-consumer. LinkedIn is the best for business. You've got a lot of small business owners out there. People are higher educated, higher income, more small business owners versus, let's say, Facebook or Twitter, things like that. So you need to set up your profile. You want to go through and create a tagline out there. That's this little space right underneath your name where people can see what you do. Use keywords out there. You'll see how I've got a lot of different things listed. I'm using keywords, so when somebody searches, maybe they want, you'll see I've got trainer and speaker out there. When they're searching for different things, you want to have different keywords out there. So you want to kind of focus on that. You want to go through and complete your profile. This is where it's kind of like you've got your online resume. You talk about your past history and your work experience and your education and things like that. So this is like your resume. So you don't need to put on everything else, you don't have to have a resume necessarily. You can always refer people to your LinkedIn profile to let them learn more about you. Just like you want to ask for reviews on your ProAdvisor profile, you should ask for recommendations in LinkedIn. You should also join groups and participate in groups. I don't know how many of you do this yet, but here's a good example, and I'm going to go ahead and go on over and get into LinkedIn. Let me get into the right one here. Whoops, I just went past it. Okay, so in LinkedIn, here's a good example. See under My Groups, now I belong to about 60 different groups because some of them are my own, but some of them are other ones out here. So you can see, I've got all kinds of different groups out here, women's groups, bookkeeping groups, business groups, various groups. One of the groups that I was in, and I don't see it off the hand right now, I think it's down here at the bottom. Here it is, Mizzou alumni. So I went to University of Missouri, the Tigers, go Tigers. So in the Mizzou alumni group, one time I posted something in there about I was back on campus for homecoming, and it was so cool to see this. And did you know they tore the shack down, which is where all the freshmen used to go to drink beer? That's gone now, and it's a parking garage. And at the football game, Spidey, this old guy that used to cheer, he was still there. So I started a discussion just about general stuff, and everybody started commenting on it. And, oh my gosh, I haven't been back for years, and oh, that's so cool. And it was really a way to start a discussion. Well, somebody saw on my profile or on my tagline that I do QuickBooks. They sent me a private reply and said, I see, I saw your discussion in the group, and I see that you do QuickBooks, and I've got a business in Nebraska doing XYZ, and I need help with such and such. Can you help me with that? So I have gotten clients from participating in groups out in LinkedIn. The other thing that it's great for, and you can see here's the sorority, the Delta Gamma group. I've gotten a couple of clients from that as well. So you join these different groups and you participate, and so you're connecting with people. Also, you can be connecting with your peers. So you'll want to join, like, for example, my biggest group here, the Successful QuickBooks Consultants Group, has nearly 160,000 members now. It is a great place for networking with your peers and posting out here. You can see people are talking about purchasing bookkeeping clients, the sole proprietor version of QuickBooks. You're networking with your peers out here when you're posting in these groups and in these discussions. So a couple of things. First of all, you make sure you update your profile out here. So when you click on profile, I'll go ahead and go into my profile so I can talk about it a little bit for you. Go in there and again, put your picture in there, put your tagline in there. As you scroll down through that profile, you can see you can put posts out there, you can put a summary of your information, you can list certifications, your experience. You can see here we have some reviews that go along with your experience or recommendations. Those help. People like to see your recommendations and things like that. You can go through and keep adding additional stuff down there, including your education, honors, and awards. So fill some of that stuff out under your profile. Then when you want to join groups, if you click up here on this top little drop down here and you go down and click on groups, this is where there's a group for everything, all right? Let's say you want to specialize in construction. Okay, so if I could type construction. Let's say I want to go in and look at all these different construction groups. You can go through here and look for groups that might be relevant to what you are looking to specialize in, or you want to start networking in. Join the groups, participate in the discussions. It's a great way to start connecting and networking and getting potential clients from that. Okay, so I encourage you, check out LinkedIn, join that group, and then also you'll want to do this for other social media sites as well, like for Facebook. Go through on Facebook and not only have a personal page, but set up a business page. Like I've got Long for Success is my business page out on Facebook. We also created a group for QB Power Hour where there's lots of discussion and interaction and networking going on out there as well. Joining Twitter. Now, I personally, I don't use Twitter that much. I don't know that I've gotten any clients from Twitter. Twitter seems to be better for news and current events, you know, like scores and watching games and watching shows and things like that. Personally, for business, I haven't got a lot out of Twitter, but some people might. So, you know, that might be what you want to join. The Intuit Community Forum. This is where you've got thousands of people who are QuickBooks users posting questions. Let me just show you how to get into that one, because that's a good one for you to go to. If you go to community.intuit.com, community.intuit.com, it's a great place where you've got all these different people posting questions out here. And this is where we're going to talk later about creating content. If you've got blog posts or you've got videos, this is a great opportunity. You go answer their question and you say, here's a blog post where I show you exactly how to do that, or here's a video where I show you how to do that. I've gotten lots of clients from answering questions and helping people, because then they say, well, gosh, that helped, but I still need help with this, or I need help with that, and they will contact you for additional help. So again, that was community.intuit.com. There's also the new community Intuit has created called Own It. And it's, again, another place where lots of small business owners are posting and networking and asking questions and things like that. Then, of course, you got Google+, YouTube, we're going to talk more about in a little while, Instagram, Pinterest. Instagram has grown huge to where it's one of the top ones now as well. So set up profiles on some of these, and you don't have to necessarily spend lots of time posting to all these different sites. In a little bit, I'm going to show you some tools that will help you to post one thing to multiple sites at one time. But you need to go out there and set up your profiles on all these different things. Okay? All right, let's do our CPE keyword. It is Cheetah. Cheetah is the CPE keyword for us today. So write down Cheetah, and towards the end of the webinar, we will do a poll question and ask you to answer the poll question, and you'll want to click for Cheetah to be the answer to the poll question. Cheetah. Now, being a Mizzou Tiger fan, I like tigers better than a cheetah, but he's kind of pretty too, isn't he? All right, Cheetah. All right, so write down Cheetah, Cheetah, Cheetah. Okay, somebody's talking about how to network. We're going to talk about how to network in just a minute. Okay, now somebody's already dissing on the Chiefs in the game against New England, but David, I won't hold that against you, but go Chiefs. Yes. All right, Cheetah. Write down Cheetah one more time, and we're going to move on. Cheetah, Cheetah, Cheetah. All right, so who do we start connecting with? And we'll talk about some of this, you know, we're getting more in depth. So who do we start connecting with? We need to, of course, connect with friends and family, neighbors, and other people. And here's something that's interesting. You know, we might see our family members, you know, your cousins or aunts and uncles and stuff. You see them in the summertime at parties, or you see them at Christmas or Thanksgiving or whatever. Sometimes you don't really realize now that they've grown up, like your cousins. For me, you know, I was like, now that my cousin Ryan has grown up, what's he doing these days? You know, so you need to really realize what your family members and stuff are doing as well. Turns out he owns his own business doing appraisals and things and stuff. So, you know, getting connected with your friends and family, sometimes you don't realize what they're doing, and so it's a good opportunity to learn more about what they're doing as well as your neighbors, your former coworkers, former classmates. You know, I've got people that I connected with on Facebook. For example, this one guy in town, we were high school classmates, and he's now a lawyer in town, and I'm an accountant. It makes sense that we would meet and start referring clients to one another. Or I got another former high school classmate that he's a pediatrician now, and he saw me posting on Facebook, I'd done some QuickBooks something. Pretty soon he sends me a message. He says, I see you do QuickBooks, and my wife does payroll for our business, and she needs help with XYZ. Can you help her with that? So this is where you're connecting with all these different people, with your peers, as I mentioned before. Don't look at other ProAdvisors or other accountants and bookkeepers as your competition. You need to network with them as well. For one thing, if you're a sole proprietor, you need to have a backup in case something happens to you. You can have somebody who can help. Or if you can't handle the workload or this client's not right for you, you can exchange referrals, things like that. You also want to connect, of course, with your current clients. Connect with them out there. And this is where, when you're using things like Facebook and stuff, you might have a personal page as well as a business page. But whenever you're posting anything anywhere, always assume everybody will see it. Even if you say this is private just for my family and friends, somebody can take a screenshot of that and share it with the whole world. Nothing is ever private. So always be very, very careful about what you're posting. And if you wouldn't post it and do it or say it online in front of your mom or your grandma or your kids or your clients, don't do it, because it will live on forever and haunt you forever. And then one of the most important rules, no drunk posting. Just like there's no drunk driving, there should be no drunk posting. And did you know my kids told me there's even an app for that? There's an app you can put on your phone that prevents you from drunk posting or texting and things like that. I thought that was hilarious. Anyway, also you want to connect with other additional referral sources, other people who you can maybe refer clients to them and they can refer clients to you, like attorneys or lawyers, bankers, insurance agents, real estate agents, other people that work with other small business owners that could help providing referrals. And then other small business owners as well. So you want to try to connect with all kinds of people and build relationships with lots of different people out there, okay? So you guys are doing great answering lots of questions there. And somebody says, I'm meeting with a CPA next week to refer work back and forth. Hey, Dawn, that's great. Hi, Dawn, good to see you on here. And that's really good to meet with them, because if you're going to be providing referrals back and forth with each other, people need to know, like, and trust you before they're going to provide referrals to you. So, let's say Don wanted to start meeting with me and getting referrals from me. If he just sends me an email, I'm not going to necessarily want to refer anybody to him because I don't know him. So the idea that he's meeting and getting to know them and stuff, I think that's great. So that's a good idea. Okay, now let's talk about tools to manage it efficiently, because let's say you join 3, 4, or 5 of these different social networks like LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. How do I manage this so I'm not spending all day doing social media? Well, this is where there are tools that are available that make it a lot faster for you to take one thing and post it and share it out on multiple platforms. Okay, so for example, I can take one post and send it out to Linkbook, Facebook, Twitter, all with one tool at one time. You can even schedule these things. So the one that I use personally is called Hootsuite. You'll see it right here, Hootsuite, the little owl, the little hooty owl. Hootsuite is the one that I use. I love it. I can use it on my desktop, or there's an app for my mobile devices and things like that. And there's a free version that allows you to schedule these posts and stuff as well. So let's go in and look at Hootsuite. So I've got that pulled up here. And this is my Hootsuite, where you can see here's the Facebook. So you don't have to log into Facebook, and here's Twitter, and here's LinkedIn, and here's Instagram, here's YouTube. You've got all these different things. I don't have to go log into each one of them separately. I can click right here and see them, and you can set up multiple streams so you can monitor different things. So now for some reason this suddenly got busy on me, but you can see you could monitor, like I monitor when anybody mentions my Twitter handle, or when anybody mentions QBO or Intuit Accountants, or over here was QB Connect. I don't know why it's not pulling down right now, but it allows you to monitor this feed for lots of different networks all at one time. And best of all, when you want to post something, and see here's my Facebook personal, and this is my Facebook business. Long for Success is my business one. So when you want to post something up here, I can compose the message doing a firm of the future webinar now, getting connected. Now, I post this one thing, and over here I can choose which profile I want to post that to. So I want to post it to all of these at one time. And so over here, I can put in here whatever I want. If you're posting to Twitter, it gives you a little countdown. It would also give you the link, or allow you to attach a link, and it will shrink the link for you. Let's just go ahead and put this Firm of the Future link in there. Let's copy that over here, and let's do a paste and shrink that link down. And it will then attach that link. I also then can schedule these things. See where it says scheduling? This is where you can sit down once a week, twice a month, whatever you choose. You can schedule stuff to post. I've had people who say, Michelle, how do you do that? Looks like you're always online. Now, I haven't been lately because I've been behind on this, but this is where you can sit down and schedule these things to happen all throughout the week, some in the morning, some in the afternoon, some in the evening, and it looks like you're always online because you scheduled it and have these things happen automatically for you. So this is where it's a huge time saver to use some of these tools. Now, with the free version of Hootsuite, you only can connect 3 accounts. All right, if you wanted to connect more than that, you need to have the paid version. And I forget what it is, but it's less than $10 a month. And you also then have all of these different analytics. You can do campaigns. You can have reports that you can look at. You even can have team members out here. If you upgrade to Pro, you can have team members where you can assign certain team members to deal with things. So it's really a pretty powerful tool. Even just the free version is pretty powerful. That would allow you to post to 3 things. Maybe you just want to post to Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Maybe you want to post to those 3. You can do that for free. So I encourage you to check it out and try it out. Okay, so that's the Hootsuite tool, and we're going to learn about some more tools that are pretty cool here to help you with some of that. Somebody's saying, can you connect your website as well? Mary, why would you want to be connecting your website? Because this is sharing things out on social media. What you may want to do instead, though, is write a blog post and then share your blog post out, which directs people to go back to your website. And we'll talk about that in just a little bit. Let's see. Thank you, Woody. He's flagged a question for me here. I'm not a CPA, I don't do taxes, and I try to stay away from bookkeeping. My business is more accounting consulting, QuickBooks training, and process improvements for businesses. Are there associations that are available for businesses like mine? Well, yes, so there are definitely lots of firms that are consulting firms. I myself, when I first started my practice, I did the traditional bookkeeping, payroll, and taxes. Over the years, I quit doing taxes. Then I quit doing payroll. Then I quit doing monthly bookkeeping, and I decided I wanted to specialize just in QuickBooks consulting and training. And people thought I was crazy, and they said, you can't build a practice off of that. Yes, I did. QuickBooks consulting and training is now a huge deal, and lots of people specialize in that. You've got some people who specialize just in certain industries. So if you want to focus on consulting and process improvements, now when it comes to process improvements for businesses, I have a term for that. I call it appify the processes. This is where you want to help them implement technology and tools like QuickBooks Online and third-party apps like TSheet or Method or various apps to automate their business. So yes, you definitely can specialize in that area. So it's a good idea to specialize. So I think that's great. Somebody says, how do you post to the professional page and not the personal page on Facebook? So Deborah, if I'm doing that in my Hootsuite tool, when I post something here, over here I can just choose that I want it to, which one I want it to go to. This Long for Success is my business Facebook page, whereas this Michelle Long is my personal Facebook page. So I can choose which ones I want that to post to. So I can control whether I'm posting to business or personal. Now let's talk about a couple of other things, and then I'll answer some other questions here in just a little bit. Somebody did have a question, though, about Somebody says, why can't we see the question Michelle just read and answered? Kevin, unless you type it in and hit reply to all, you guys don't see all the questions, and I'm answering it verbally instead of typing it in, but I know Woody's and some of the other people are helping to answer some of those questions there. Somebody asked about how do you charge for your services. I would encourage you to watch the last webinar that we did, webinar number 3, Becoming a Trusted Advisor. We talked about value pricing because people are moving away. People are moving away from hourly billing, and they're moving to value pricing. And you're right, it is more than just appifying, Dan, but appifying is the kind of term that I set up. And another question is, the free version of LinkedIn good enough, or should we pay for the premium? Sandra, I have never paid for the premium version of LinkedIn. Usually that's headhunters and people that are paying for the professional version of LinkedIn. Okay, very good, thank you. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and talk about some more content. And again, I'll have time for some more questions in a little bit. But let's think about, okay, when we're talking about connecting, we're talking about posting, how do I know what to do and when to do it and stuff? Well, first of all, we want to identify your goals. It is a process that we're going through here. And so what are your goals? Your goals are probably things like, I want to increase brand awareness. I want more people to recognize my name, my firm name, or my individual name, and the services that I provide. So you want people to think, because they need to keep seeing this repeatedly. They need to connect the name Michelle Long or Long for Success with QuickBooks. And so, you want to build that brand awareness, so if and when they have the need for those services, they will think about you. So you're wanting to improve your brand awareness, and all of this, of course, we want to help grow our business, right? We want to build relationships with lots of different people to help us with getting additional referrals and clients and building mutual beneficial relationships with others. We also want to be generating those leads and referrals. So that's our goals. Want to focus on the 80-20 rule, okay? Help provide useful and relevant content for people. You don't want to just be putting out there, hey, we do QuickBooks, 20% off this month. We do taxes. Come see us by the end of January. You don't always want to be doing 100% business stuff out there, because that's a turnoff for people. You want to do about 80-20 rule. Provide useful and relevant content. What does that mean? Share with them. Have you seen the latest updates to the QBO this month? Are you aware of the new tax law changes? Are you aware of the new mileage rate for tax purposes? Share some useful and relevant content with people versus self-promotion. Also, share some personal stuff out there, even on your business website. It's a way for people to get to know you and start connecting with you. For example, talking about the Chiefs or talking about the Royals, talking about sports, or maybe it's something like, I started posting some pictures out there. We were building a house, and my sister-in-law lives in Denver, my brother-in-law's in Kentucky, and they were wanting to see pictures, so I posted some pictures on Facebook. I was amazed how many people that I deal with in a business sense, how's the house coming? I love watching it. We've never built a house. I think that's cool to see how it works, and so it really created lots of discussion, and again, it's a way you're connecting and building relationships with people. So do put some personal stuff out there as well, but we don't really care what you had for lunch every day. Keep it in mind. If you're constantly posting personal stuff, little silly stuff, then that gets too much as well. So kind of keep it in mind and keep things in balance. I think that's a key thing, is being in balance in whatever you do. Also, you want to be consistent, and I have not been over the past month. I haven't been on social media much lately due to a variety of things, but you normally want to be consistent and spread your activity out throughout the week. Don't go sit down on Wednesday and post all kinds of stuff on Wednesday. Instead, schedule them out so that you have some posting on Wednesday, some Thursday, some Friday, some over the weekend. Spread them out throughout the week and throughout the days, the time of day. Sometimes people are on it at work. Sometimes people are on it more in the evenings when they get home from work. And don't forget, you got the East Coast, the West Coast, Hawaii, all these other countries as well. So spread the timing out throughout the week and throughout the day as well. Another thing to do when you're getting started is to observe. Watch what other people are doing and see, start paying attention to what do you like, what do you not like, what seems effective versus what's annoying or ineffective. Like, you'll see some people who post about politics all the time. Why would you do that constantly when our country's so evenly divided? It's like 50% of the people you're going to offend if you start posting lots of politics and stuff. Now, some people want to do lots of political things. What you might want to do then is have a separate profile for that and keep that away from your business. And so just think about these things when you're posting things and putting things out there, okay? Observe what other people are doing. Evaluate then also when you post things, what's getting the most responses? Like if you post something about taxes or about QuickBooks or about this or about that, what's getting liked or shared or retweeted or comments? Try to generate discussions. Like if you post some article out there, post, gosh, when I read this, I thought that. What do you think? To generate discussion, Ask people where they learned about you. When somebody comes to you as a new client or a new referral or whatever, ask them how they learned about you. And if they say, oh, I found you on the internet. Okay, can you be a little bit more specific? Like for example, oh, I found you in the LinkedIn group. Oh, I saw your post on Facebook. You want to know where people are finding you so that you can learn what's working and where you're getting your clients from. Also use analytics to help you to monitor and track some of these things. Google Analytics for your website. You can use bit.ly links to track how many people click that link. Hourly there's some stats with Hootsuite from your hourly links when you're posting things. You can monitor those stats as well to kind of see what's working and what's not. So now some people say, okay, well, Michelle, this is all well and good. Okay, I want to start doing this, but what do I post? I don't know what to post. I don't know what to share. Well, there's lots of different sources out there. And, of course, because I'm doing this webinar, I'm going to share some of my sources. But there's lots of resources that are available out there. So, for example, like the QBO blog, the QuickBooks Online blog, my YouTube channel. There's lots of YouTube videos out there. But there's lots of resources out there. There's lots of there's blogs, there's newsletters, there's various things. So let's go in and show you. Let's say you found something you want to share. So here is the QuickBooks blog. This is a QuickBooks blog, so let's go into the what's new in apps. Let's say that I've got this blog post here and I want to share what's new in apps for January. Once I find something that I want to share, there's these tools that help you share content quickly and efficiently. Look up here in the upper corner of my screen here. Do you see the little owl next to the URL box? See the little black owl? That's my Hootly owl for Hootsuite. It's my little Hootsuite applet thing that installs into Chrome extension. It's Chrome extension. See the little green arrow, the green box with the white little, I don't know, half triangle thing there? That's the Share This extension. What you can do with these two things, with the little Hootsuite owl, when I click on the owl, that's going to take whatever page I'm on, which is this blog post, and it's going to help me create a post for this blog post here. So it's slower than normal here today. I'm not sure why. The internet's cold and it doesn't want to work for me today. So give it a second. There we go. You'll see it's already created this little owly. This is where it can track the analytics for you, and you can monitor how many people click on it, retweet it, things like that. So you can say, check out what's new in apps for QBO. Maybe I want to say that. And I might want to do a hashtag QBO because some people follow hashtags. I don't really care about that date there. And then here's where you say click on a social network. So I can post that to Twitter, Facebook, and my personal Facebook and my LinkedIn or my paid Log for Success Facebook page. Now I can see I got 59 characters that I can still use here. So I could put in here, you've got the QuickBooks Online. I might want to say hashtag CPA, hashtag ProAdvisors. You can put different hashtags in there to help more people see it or find it or whatever, I usually try to go ahead and use all characters on Twitter. I usually try to use all that. Here's where I can post it later if I want to schedule this, or I can post it now. If I click post it now, that just sent that out to 3 places for me. Now you can do this with the Hootsuite app. You can also do this with Share This. This is that little green box with the white thing in it that I talked to you about. Also on most of your blog posts, somewhere on them down at the bottom usually, and I don't see one on this one. A lot of times, here we go. Can't wait to share this, click this button below. This would allow you to share it to Twitter or to share it to Facebook or to share it to LinkedIn, to share it to one social media site at a time. But if you click on this green share this extension up here, this will allow you, if I want to go in and share it on LinkedIn, you can share it to LinkedIn groups. Okay, if you want to share it to LinkedIn groups, whoops, and that didn't come out right. Let's click on the More button. Click on More, and then go in here and find LinkedIn. There it is, LinkedIn. It asks you if you want to post it or share it to groups. Right here, post to groups. This will allow you to post it to various groups that you join. So if I join Successful QuickBooks Consultants, I could post it to that one. I could also post it to a CPA group. Let's do like CPA group here, or maybe I wanted to put it to let's put it to the QB Connect group. You can post it to multiple groups at one time. Okay, so you can go through and choose and post it to multiple groups at one time. Let me show you how I did that again. So here's and let's go ahead and back. Let me get out of that. Okay, go away. Hold on, I want to go back to just the blog post. There we go. All right, so on the blog post, I click my Share This extension, and this is when you want to post to LinkedIn groups. Click on More, come in there and select LinkedIn, and then you can choose Post to Groups. Okay, so you find content that's useful and helpful, and now out here you'll see it posted onto my page over here, my Facebook page. And let's get it to refresh, see if we can get it to join over here in the link, the Long for Success one too. So again, these are tools that are going to help save you time, and these things are not saving time. So here's my personal Facebook page. It posted there. It also posted on my business page as well. So these are, again, things that are going to save you time when you're posting stuff. So find content to share, whether it's blog posts or YouTube videos that you want to share, so you can share other people's content. And then we'll talk about creating content in just a minute. Let me answer some of the questions that we have in here. Scroll down. I'm sorry. I must have changed the order of these things. All right. Let's get them back in an order of some sort so I can answer them for you. Okay. If everybody in the group shares the same content, does it show up many times? So Jolene, so like if, let's say if everyone in the group, if everyone in that LinkedIn group is sharing the same stuff, yeah, that gets annoying. And one of the things when I'm posting to a LinkedIn group, I usually like to post a discussion about it. Like, I read this article and I thought this was the coolest thing in here, blah, blah, blah. What do you think? Do you agree? So instead of just simply posting it and spamming the group with blog posts, try to make it a discussion, okay? So try to make a discussion about it. So that is something that I think is great to help there. Somebody says to post to LinkedIn groups, you really need to remember the names. If you just start, like if you type an A, it'll give you a list of all the groups that start with A. If you list a B, it'll give you all the groups that start with B. What about copyright laws and sharing? And that's a really good question. I am not stealing the copyright. I'm just sharing the link to that article, so it's not like I took their information and copy and pasted it into my own blog post and pretended that I wrote it. It's clear who created it, so there's no copyright problem there with sharing that content there. Advantage of a picture versus a caricature that is professionally done. Dwight, as long as you've got an image of your face where they can see you, you know, if you've got a nice professional caricature, I guess that's okay as well. Is it just groups you're a member of or all groups? Just groups that you are a member of. So you've got to join the group to be able to share in there to that group. Good question. Do you think it's better to share to a specific group if it's technical or to all, such as in LinkedIn? So Terry, when you post something to LinkedIn as yourself, then that would show all the people that you're connected to, they see your content. Because there's millions and millions of people on LinkedIn, you don't see everybody else's posts. The people that you are connected to is what you're seeing most of the time. So you can kind of choose what you want to share and where you want to share it, whether you want to share it in a group, share it as your individual, things like that. So that's kind of up to you. And yes, Dan's telling Woody what a great job he's doing. Yes, Woody, you are doing a great job. Thank you so much. What about newsletters with MailChimp or Constant Contact? Have those been found to be useful? Yes, keeping in contact with people is a good idea by using MailChimp or Constant Contact. The thing is, Kaylee, you've got to build up a list. So you've got to build up some kind of an email list with people opting in for you to be able to email them. But yeah, lots of people do email newsletters, and you can get ghostwriters to do some of those things as well. Which do you prefer, QBO or QB Desktop for your clients? Tina, I am a long-time desktop user. I started training QuickBooks Desktop in 1999. I have written books and trained on it for years with QuickBooks Desktop, and now I only have a few desktop clients left, and I don't accept any new desktop clients at all. I love QBO. I still do have a few on desktop for certain things, but I really like QuickBooks Online a lot better once I learned how to use it and the navigating tips and tricks and things like that. I love QBO now. But desktop is still good for a few certain types of clients. If your client base is local, you can also post local business news stories. That's true, Don. That's a good point. If you may want to post local business stuff as well. Any advice for me? My former employee set up my company Facebook page, and I do not have an email or password to get in and make changes. What do I do? Contact that former employee and try to get that information from them. Otherwise, you may have to email Facebook support and try to get some help from them on that situation. Let me look through some of these other questions. You guys have great questions. Thank you. Oh, here's a good one. How do I thank the person sending a referral? How to find if the referral is seeking monetary referral from the okay, so what do you do when there's dealing with referrals? A lot of times when you're dealing with professionals, like from one accountant to an attorney or an accountant to another accountant, a lot of times professional referrals are reciprocal referrals. In other words, you will develop a referral relationship with each other, and you try to exchange referrals. Like I may send you somebody to help you with legal services, and you send me somebody to help them with their tax services or whatever. So a lot of times there's no money exchanged at all. Now, a lot of times though, let's say somebody sends you a big referral, it is nice to send them a thank you gift. I love it when, I refer clients to people and they send me, let's say, a $25 gift card to a restaurant or a $50 gift card to a restaurant. If they send you a thank you gift, I think that is very nice. But as a CPA, I don't like monetary exchanges with referrals because as a CPA, that's one of the things that we don't tend to deal with. But I think doing thank you gifts, definitely very important. And another thing that's very important to do, whenever you get a referral from somebody, let's say, this other attorney that's in town, let's say Mike says, Michelle, I referred so-and-so to you. I just wanted to give you the heads up in case they contact you. You should follow up with them, and you should say, Mike, thank you for the referral. So-and-so never contacted me at all. Or so-and-so contacted me. I was able to help him, and he's now a client. Thank you so much for the referral. I hope to pass some referrals along to you when I can. Or whatever, but you follow up with them, and maybe you say, so-and-so contacted me, however, I was not able to help him, so I referred him on to whatever. Let them know what happened with the referral. So you thank them for the referral no matter what, and let them know what happened. Did the person ever contact you? Are they now a client, or did it not work out? You know, let them know what happened and that you appreciate that referral. I've got, you know, some people who you refer people to them and you never hear anything. And then you're left wondering, you know, did that work? Did it not work? Did they appreciate it or not? And then I may start referring people to someone else. So again, it's about building that referral relationship to kind of keep things going. So hopefully that helps as well. Okay, now it's the top of the hour here. We're doing good. So we've got lots of good questions here. So let's see if there's anything else. For Hootsuite, do you have to provide them with your login info for social media it would be posting to? Yes, you have to go through, like if I want to connect Facebook, if I want to connect LinkedIn or Twitter, you have to provide that login information for it to make that connection so that it can post to those things, okay? So you do have to provide the sign-in information for those to post into, okay? Does that make sense? Okay. So somebody says, any suggestions where to find tutorial information to set up business pages on Facebook? Let me just show you that real quick. We'll get into creating content in just a minute. We've got plenty of time. Let me just show you. Let's just go into Facebook, and let's go into my page, because that's quick and easy, if it'll come up. All right, here's my page. If you go into Facebook and you go to somebody's page, so if you go to facebook.com/long4success, actually I shouldn't have gone to my page. Somewhere on the side of it, it'll say create your own page. And I shouldn't have gone to my own page. I should have gone to somebody else's page. I just thought of that. Off to the side of it, it'll say, which page should I go to? I don't know who to go to all of a sudden. I'm having a freeze here. Search Facebook. Whose page should I go to? Somebody type your page in there and I'll go to it. I'm having a brain freeze here. Off to the side of the page, though, you'll see where it says create your own page. Okay, so somebody says, no, somebody said go to Hector's. Well, Hector's is a personal. I'm looking for a business. Let's do Lakeside Tax and Bookkeeping. Thank you. And oh, there it is, Lakeside Tax and Bookkeeping. Okay, so thank you, Stacy Thomas, for sharing Lakeside Tax and Bookkeeping. So once I get out here on somebody else's page, I'll just go ahead and like that for you for sharing that, so thank you. So now I've liked her page. If you scroll down here somewhere, it says create your own page. They move it around. It used to be on the left. And I don't see, oh, right here it is. See right here? Right at the top on the right. They move it around for you occasionally, so they just like to keep you guessing, where it says create page. That's where you can create your own page there. And once you get, and then I haven't checked this lately, but once you get 25 people to like your page, then you can get what's known as a vanity URL. And that means for mine, I can do, facebook.com/long4success. That is a vanity URL where you can specify your own business name for it, and then it will take them directly into it. So you got to get 25 likes first. So that's where people will go, and they'll post, you know, hey, would you please like my page so that I can get this URL. So again, at the top of the page, you click on create page, and then come in here and set up your own page. And if you ever need to know how do I do something, just Google it. Just Google it, and you'll be able to find, you know, if I were to come over here and say, how do I set up a Facebook page for my business, you'll find lots of information on being able to do that. And somebody says, I'm loving this contact. I'm not good with this. I signed up to get certified. I have to listen to this over again. You rock, Michelle. Well, super. Thank you. I was hoping it was very practical information to help you guys with getting started with some of this social media stuff, getting connected and things like that. So I'm glad to hear that. That's super. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm going to get back to more questions in just a few minutes, but let me go ahead. Let's finish this content here. We've only got a few things left, and then we'll have time for more questions, and I can demo things and show you things again. So as you have questions, again, go ahead and post them in there for me. So I showed you how you can share content. Okay, you go out to somebody else's blog, you go out to somebody else's YouTube channel, and you share that content, you post it out to your social media sites. What if you want to start now creating your own content? So let's say you want to start blogging, and this is where you're posting and you're writing articles for yourself. And I will admit I have not done any lately. This is my downfall lately, that's for sure. But when you create a blog, you know, you can get free blogs from like blogger.com or, you know, WordPress, things like that. You need your blog to be integrated with your website, okay? Now what that means, for example, my URL for my blog is part of my website, longforsuccess.com/blog. You want it the same URL integration with your website. I will admit, I don't know how to do that. I had to get help with that. There are lots of people, and including kids and college kids, who can help you now with creating a blog on your website. Okay, so I got help to make sure that it was part of my website. But I do use WordPress for my blogging, and if you can type in Microsoft Word and do things in Word, you can use WordPress to create blog posts. Okay, so it's very easy to start blogging if you want to do that. Now, if you don't want to do that, and this is where I am falling behind on it because I've been so busy, I have not been blogging lately, because you should be trying to post regularly. If you can't, consider ghostwriters. There's actually people that you can pay that write articles and posts for you and allow you to use them as your own. So you can have ghostwriters doing that for you. So that's something you might be wanting to check into. Now,
Michelle?
the other thing, yeah, Woody.
I had a question. Just some people that might have to leave around this time. Is there any chance we can do the poll for the keyword and then continue?
I suppose, although nobody should want to leave, right? You guys should all want to stay. I will do that. So thank you, Woody. I did just pose that. And Woody, you are rocking it on the questions. I know you and Emily worked your fingers off to the bone the past few days with the beacon and now this. So yeah,
that was fun.
Thank you guys. Do you have any letters left on your keyboard, or have you typed all the letters off?
Those cert ones were, there's a lot of questions. That was great.
Yeah, well, thank you, Woody. Okay, so go ahead and answer that CPE poll question. I've got that posted right now, so go ahead and answer the poll there. Uh-oh, somebody closed it. Uh-oh. Somebody closed the poll question already. I don't think I did that, did I?
No, probably not.
Uh-oh. Okay, so what we're going to have to do, because we only got 44% voted, so one of the helpers, Christine or somebody, if you could click on polls and manage polls and put it in there again, can you add the poll question again? It only takes a couple minutes. If you guys can do that for me, that would be fabulous. And I will then we can launch that poll question again. So those of you, just hold tight, and we'll do the poll question again. So hopefully Christine or Amy can do that. If you click on the polls, manage polls, create a new poll for me quickly. And it doesn't have to be that quick, but in the next couple of minutes, just duplicate that one that we have there, and then we can launch the poll again. So while they're doing that, I'm going to go ahead then and talk about YouTube videos. YouTube videos are a great way to get your message out there and to drive traffic to your website, because YouTube is the second largest search engine after Google. And who owns YouTube? Do you know? It's Google. Google owns YouTube. So now the videos that are on YouTube, these videos will be showing up in the Google search results. There are always videos on page one. In addition to links to websites and stuff, on page one, let me go ahead and hide that while we're creating a new poll. When you Google something, like if you Google, how do I fix undeposited funds in QuickBooks, you'll get lots of links to things, a lot of them from the Intuit Community Forum, which is why it's a good idea to answer questions on the community forum and So answer questions on that Intuit Community Forum with a link to your content or to your blog post, and that's a lot of times on page 1 of the search results, but also YouTube videos will be on page 1 of the search results. This is a great way for you to demonstrate your knowledge and for people to get to know you because they can hear you, they can see your content. And now I'm here to tell you, I don't like the webcam. I don't like to have my face on there. You don't have to do that. I use PowerPoint and QuickBooks. People aren't seeing my face on there, so you don't have to do that, okay? So we still have this poll kind of going in and out. I'm not sure what is going on with the poll question. I hid the poll question. If you guys get it created, tell me when you're ready and we'll launch that, okay? So let's just hold on for just a minute. So you can create these YouTube videos, and I want you to know I am not an expert. I am not technically graphics and all this stuff, and I can create these YouTube videos quick and easy, and so can you. So what you need to learn about is there's tools out here that help you really quick and easy. So for example, let's see if I can get this to come down here. There you go. One of them, whoops, come back. I'm trying to show it to you. I don't want it to go away. Oh, it keeps going back up there. Okay. So Jing is something that's free. Okay, Jing is free, or you can pay like 15 bucks for it. I can't remember, depending. But it will limit, like it used to be. I haven't checked it in the last year or so. It used to be only like a 5-minute video or something. But then there's also something called Snagit, and this is Snagit that I have showing on the screen here. It's also from TechSmith. And it's about 40 bucks, and it's great for taking screenshots and doing videos. So if I click on the, like here's the camera for a screenshot, here's the video. If I click on this little video here, see how it's going to show me in the middle here, it's like I center this where I want it to be, and I click on that, and then it says ready to record, and see down here in the bottom, this little recording down here in the bottom right, this is where when it's ready to record, you click record and it counts down for you, 3, 2, 1, boom. I'm now recording my screen and everything I'm doing here. When I get all done, you can do the F10 key or Shift F10, and that will end that video for you. Bam, we've just created a video right here, right now, in a few seconds. See how easy it is to create a video? So put together a couple slides, introduce them. Hi, my name is Michelle Long. Let's go into QuickBooks. It will record everything that you're doing on the screen and your voice. It's that easy for you to create videos. Best of all, look what happens once I get done with this. See under share? I could share this. What happened to YouTube? It used to show YouTube right here. I used to be able to click share and send it directly out to YouTube. I got a new computer, downloaded it, so I must not have set that up. So I probably need to do that link there. But you click share and you post it out to YouTube, and you've got videos out there on YouTube. That's how easy it is to create your own videos. Now, if you want to get fancy, you can use something more in-depth. Like there's this thing called Cam Studio that's a free open source type of thing. I have never used it. I can't vouch for it. Somebody else said they like it, so you might want to check it out. Camtasia is about $300. That allows you to actually get fancy with your videos and do some editing and special effects and all kinds of different things. I do have Camtasia that I use when I'm recording things for Intuit. I don't know how to edit my videos. My daughter does, but I don't. But you can do things with Camtasia if you want to get fancier. So they should be pretty professional, but you can do lots of quick and easy videos. Like I said, I can use Snagit, put these videos out there in a matter, well, and I'll admit, if it's a 5-minute video, it usually takes me an hour to get it right because I don't know how to edit and I have to do it over multiple times. But this is really cool and it's quick and easy. You could video something, for your clients to show them the new updates in QuickBooks or to talk to them about something, and then share that video to your clients or post it in a blog post, answer a question on the Intuit Community Forum. You get lots of hits on those videos, and again, have a slide that has your contact information at the beginning and at the end of that so that they can then go to your website and learn more about you and things like that. So I think videos is a great way to do it, and it's also a very easy way to do it. Okay, everybody is typing in Cheetah.
Yeah, that's what we have to do. Yeah, we can't
Okay.
create another poll, so everybody just type in Cheetah and we'll track it in the Q&A.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Thank you guys. That's okay. Thank you guys. So I figured that's what was going on there. All right. So now I'm trying to look at some of the questions and they're going too fast. Okay. So start creating some videos out there. And this is where you wonder, okay, well, what might I do it on? Let's go out and look and I'll show you. Whoops. I'll show you if I get back into let's just go to YouTube. And I'll just go on into my channel. You can create videos on a number of different things out there. So let me go down into YouTube here. Sorry, I should have bookmarked this for you. But if you want to go check some out, go out to my YouTube. I did do some with my face on it way back in the early days. And I know Woody does a lot with his face on him. But I don't do very many. But you can see, go out and put these videos out here. This is what's amazing to me is, like, here's common mistakes in QuickBooks. 88,000 people have watched that video. Who would think a QuickBooks video would get 88,000 people watching it? Here's these QuickBooks navigating tips. 84,000 people watched that one. I did some of these out here on the ProAdvisor program. 29,000 people have watched it. Now, it's not millions and millions, but it's a basic QuickBooks video, and it's amazing how many people watch these videos out here. So all you got to do is get started making your videos, create a channel for yourself on YouTube, and start posting them on there, and then you share your own content with people, whether it's clients or you're sharing it on social media and things like that. So I encourage you to check it out and get started in doing some of that because it's quick and it's easy, and again, it's good because those videos can show up on the page 1 of the search results. Okay, so that will help tremendously. And again, just try it for a few times. Okay, how do you control the QBO videos for quality? We look for the QB logo in selecting training on YouTube. So when you're talking about how do you control the videos for quality, whenever I'm recording my screen and I watch it back, the quality is fine. I don't have to do anything. So it looks just fine. When you want to look for videos on YouTube and training, search for your keywords that you're looking for. If you're looking for something on QuickBooks, search for QuickBooks. And that will help you to find some of those things, okay? So search QuickBooks in the YouTube videos, and that will help you. Okay, now I'm going to answer a few additional questions, but here's some additional resources for you all. The LinkedIn group that's mine, the Successful QuickBooks Consultants, you can get to that right here. It is a great place when you want to post questions and ask questions of other ProAdvisors or accounting professionals. We also have some small businesses out there as well. My book, if you are getting started, How to Start a Home-Based Bookkeeping Business, is less than $5 for the Kindle version. So if you want to check that out, if you're getting started, it's got information and checklists and various things talking about marketing and getting started. I saw somebody asking about a website. Yes, I think you should have a website. It's just like a business card nowadays. It's like, yes, you should have a website. The free webinar series from QB Power Hour, and then the Firm of the Future website is where you can get the recordings for the first 3 webinars that we did. Okay, so remember, we did Get on the Cloud, getting started, and then we talked about streamlining your workflows. We talked about becoming a trusted advisor and doing value pricing. All 3 of those were already done and recorded. You can access those at firmofthefuture.com. Okay, so I'm going to leave the slide up with those resources while I look at a couple of questions here. Somebody says the agreements are great in your book. Oh, good, thank you. Michelle says I'm amazing. Well, thank you, Michelle. Let's see, other questions that people have. Let's see if I can find some of them amongst all the keywords here. Wasn't there something that let you make videos built into QuickBooks? Don, that was years ago, and it disappeared. I don't remember what year it disappeared, but you're right, there used to be, but I don't think that's there anymore.
Right, okay. Michelle, it was QB Replay, and it kind of went away the last several years ago. You're right. Hey, I have a question I can ask you if you want. I found one.
Yes,
how do you, Michelle, control the QBO videos for quality? Do you look for the QB logo and selecting the training, or like
and that's where I didn't understand exactly what they were asking about in controlling the quality.
Oh, I think if they're looking for a good video or something, maybe.
I would look for ones from people who have, like if you look at their YouTube channel, look for ones that have lots of followers and lots of people watching their videos, lots of activity. And a lot of times if you listen in the first few minutes, like, you know, I've got over 5,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. Some people have less than 100 subscribers. So if there's lots of subscribers and also like lots of views, that's usually a pretty good indication that, you know, it's good content. The other thing I think is somebody that you know that's doing it. You know, I'm one of the trainers for Intuit, so hopefully I would have good quality versus just somebody else putting it out there. I mean, hopefully if you know the person, you'll know the quality that you're getting. And if you start watching it in the first couple of minutes and you don't feel like it's good, there's no reason you have to watch the whole thing. Move on to something else. So good question. So somebody said Cam Studio has a lot of limitations. Camtasia will pay for itself. Thank you, Dan, for sharing that. Let's see, get a couple others in here. Can you do a video of things you do in QuickBooks? Yes, Don. You open up QuickBooks and you show them how to do something. And so that's where you would click on this little video record button, and it goes 3, 2, 1. And you can then show them how to do something, and then you hit that Shift F10 to end it when you're done showing them how to do something. So absolutely, you can demo things just like you're working in QuickBooks and they're watching over your shoulder. It's recording it so they can watch what you're doing there, okay? So let's see, I had a question about, that was a long question there, so I'm going to skip that one because it wasn't about what we're talking about today. Let's see what else we have here. How often is regularly? I was going to hire a professional and daily was recommended. I thought that was too much. What do you think? So I think when you're talking about, I was talking about posting regularly, like blog posting regularly. I think on blog posting, if you're doing something at least once a week, I think that is great. I don't know that you have to blog daily. If you want to, though, you could. You know, if you've got enough content that you can do that, I think that would, you know, be helpful that you could do that. Somebody's asking, I have a client. Okay, let's see. Social media has been the weak link in my small business, and it just moved, and I can't read the rest of it. Time for it. I missed it. I'm so sorry. All right. I'm having a hard time finding questions. Woody, do you have any other questions
Yeah,
for
here's
me?
a good one regarding firm of the future. How do you know that you're a firm of the future firm? Like when do you know you've arrived?
Oh, well, thank you, Woody. That's a great one. And so Intuit has identified 3 key components to a firm of the future. Getting online, working in the cloud, working, you know, with QuickBooks Online where you're working in the cloud, we're getting documents from our client in the cloud, we're doing everything in the cloud these days, which is making us way more efficient, and we're doing almost zero data entry where we're managing our data so that we're not doing lots of data entry anymore. So getting online is one pillar of it. The second one then is becoming a trusted advisor. As we start eliminating data entry and moving to data management and data analysis, we can become more of that trusted advisor with our client. We can add additional value for our client. We talked about in the Firm of the Future Webinar 3 about becoming that trusted advisor, ways to add value for your clients. And so that's number 2, is becoming the trusted advisor. And number 3 is this getting connected, developing these relationships and getting connected. Like I said, it's not just getting connected with your clients, but with your peers, with your family, friends, referral sources, your team members, with everybody, building relationships, because you don't build the business in an isolation. You need to have relationships with lots of different people to help you to be successful. So those are the 3 components to a firm of the future, and to really be moving forward. And I know a lot of people are still struggling with, you know, moving to the cloud and moving forward, but our industry has changed. I mean, it has changed, and those people that are reluctant and they're not moving forward, they are very quickly and very rapidly being left behind, because QuickBooks Online is growing rapidly, and our small businesses that we're working with, they want to be in the cloud. There's actually a statistic, at least 65% of them are already doing online invoicing. Small businesses use an average of 18 apps to manage their business. If we're not there to help them with this, we're going to be left behind. So we really do need to be, becoming that firm of the future. That means to me we're keeping up with technology, we're current, and we're keeping up with our small businesses. Because these guys are, a lot of times these small businesses are ahead of us. So that's where I'm thrilled to see so many people joining me and, wanting to learn more about this and becoming a firm of the future. So really good question. So thank you. And then somebody said, are there proven days and times where it's best to post? David, there are some research out there. There are some statistics on when's the best days and the best times to post things. And so if you Google that, you can find articles about that stuff. But I honestly think that it's going to vary depending on your industry and the people you're working with, and even what time zone you're in and things like that. So I like to post things at a variety of times. I have found sometimes that the evenings or the weekends on Saturdays or the evenings, I get better response than if I post stuff during the workday. So trying things out and kind of learning for yourself, so that's kind of good. So Todd says, when you say move to the cloud, be in the cloud, what do you mean? Todd, I would encourage you to watch the first webinar of the Firm of the Future webinar series where we talked about getting on the cloud. What I mean is people aren't working on our desktop anymore. We're not chained to our desktop. I suspect that you, like many of us here, have a cell phone, right? Do you get your email on your computer in your office and on your cell phone? Yep, probably. You're getting your email in the cloud. Your calendar that you have on your computer in your office, you also have your calendar on your phone, that's in the cloud. You've got access to your data anywhere, anytime. It's not just on your computer in your office. And that's where with QuickBooks Online, people's got access to it anywhere, anytime. And that's where, these small businesses, they want that. They want to be able to access their accounting information from their phone or their mobile devices just like they can everything else. So we've got our accounting data in the cloud now. We've got document storage in the cloud now. So if your computer breaks, which unfortunately my computer, I had a little incident with water again. It was actually champagne getting on my laptop a couple of weeks ago, fried out my computer. Well, all I had to do, I took a Lyft ride over to Best Buy, bought a new laptop, log into QuickBooks Online, log into my Microsoft OneDrive account. I've got all these documents in the cloud. I didn't lose anything because I'm in the cloud, and I can work from anywhere, anytime, and any device. And so module 1 or webinar 1 of this webinar series would talk about getting on the cloud and doing some of that. So I would encourage you to watch that first one there. So hopefully that helps. Do you have liability coverage for advising clients to go on in the cloud in the event their info gets hacked? That's my biggest fear, professional liability. Well, first of all, you always should have E&O. You should always have professional liability insurance. When it comes to security, Intuit spends millions and millions of dollars on security. We can't provide that same level of security to our clients, and our clients can't provide that same level of security either. And Intuit is always spending tens of millions, if not 100 million, I don't know, at least tens of millions of dollars on security, staying ahead of the hackers. So the reality is the data is safer on Intuit servers than on our own computers or our own servers. But you always should have professional liability coverage, yes. Yes, the previous 3 webinars are available at firmofthefuture.com. Okay. If you did not enter the CPE keyword, please enter the CPE keyword into the question box.
Hey, Michelle?
Yeah.
I'm going to actually launch a new poll. Donna Oman actually created it. So everybody be ready. I'm going to launch the poll. And no one touch anything. Just answer the CPE keyword, please, right there. Hopefully everybody sees the poll. Everybody else is, except for you guys in the audience, is not touching anything. So please go ahead and answer the poll. 63% so far voted. We do apologize. I'm still going to take save the questions log, which you can do. People often ask. File, in the file menu of GoToMeeting, save questions log. I'm still going to save that just so we have a backup. But thankfully, Donna put another poll in there, and so please go ahead and answer the keyword, and we do apologize for the technical difficulties before. So far, 78% have voted, so we're just going to leave it open for a while.
Thank you, Woody. Thank you.
Sorry, Michelle.
No, that's fabulous. Thank you very much. And thank you guys for all your help. You know, I couldn't do this alone. I appreciate Woody and all the other Intuit employees in the background, Christine and Amy and Wendy earlier, for helping with the administrative aspects. So thank you all very much. I appreciate that. Okay. See if there's any other questions that we have here. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. Hopefully, you know, it was very good practical information for you to help you to get connected and get started using social media tools and tips. I hope that will help save you time so that you can use it efficiently. And if you don't do anything else, just get started. Just start doing a few things to get started now, and you can build up with it a little bit later. So hopefully this was helpful and beneficial. I'm going to encourage you one more time to go to firmofthefuture.com, and you can watch the other 3 webinars if you missed them as well. Oh, thank you, Gloria Ann. She said this has been fabulous, but we expect no less. It's Michelle after all. Well, thank you, Gloria Ann. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here. Somebody says, now go spill a drink on your laptop. No, Rick, you know what? I broke my own cardinal rule. Never have an open container around my computers. And I got a free bottle of champagne, and a glass was sitting there, and the wind blew it over onto my laptop. So I paid the price for breaking my own rule about no open containers around my laptop. So thank you guys very much for being here and joining us for this webinar today. Again, I hope it has been helpful. And thank you, Intuit, for opening all those things. And a couple of other little questions here. Somebody said they didn't receive their CP emails. Give it 3 weeks, okay? So make sure that you give 3 weeks for that, and make sure that you also check your spam folder, because sometimes they will go into the spam folder. So allow plenty of time for the CPE email certificates to get to you, especially after this webinar. Since we had the little snafu with the poll question, you might allow 4 weeks. Okay, so go put a reminder on your calendar for 4 weeks from today to double check for your CPE certificate, and also check in your spam folder to see if you've got that information there as well. And I will say once again, go Chiefs. Those of you who are typing in go Pats, no, it's go Chiefs. I hope you guys will all connect with me on Facebook. Go follow me on Facebook, like my Facebook page, join the QB Power Hour Facebook group, join the LinkedIn group, follow me, and as you have questions, post them out there, and I'll be glad to try to answer them and help you with some of those as well, okay? So hopefully that will help with the, help us connect out there. And if you create your new Facebook page and you need to get 25 likes, let me know and I will like it for you. So I will like that and try to help you get, so you can get your little vanity URL. All right. Okay. So any other final questions that we have here? I see lots of football talk going on now. Everybody's rooting for their various teams, and that's always fun. See, that's things that allow us to connect with each other, is talking about sports. And we got people saying go 49ers, go Hawks, go Colts, go Denver, LA has our team back, go Broncos, go Pats, go Steelers, go Rams, and I'll say go Chiefs. So hopefully,
and it looks like, Michelle, everybody's, for the most part, everybody's voted, so I'm going to close the poll, and I think we're good. Thanks a lot.
Okay. All right, so thank you again, everybody, for joining us. Enjoy the weekend, and I hope to see you on social media. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Take care.